definitely up to that challenge.
Hey, Russell, this is Coach Gruden from the FFCA. Congratulations, man. I just want to know what it's going to be like to go back into the West Coast offense that you played in at NC State. What's that familiarity under Darrell Bevell and this Seahawks staff going to do for you?
Well, Coach Gruden, as you know, it's a great offense to be in that West Coast style. Obviously, I'm very, very familiar with it from playing at NC State. I believe I have tremendous knowledge of it, but, I want to know it all. Like you said it, and we talked about down at the Gruden camp at FFCA, we talked about being on a quest for knowledge. I'll definitely be on that quest, and I can't wait to learn.
Hey, Russell, we talked recently, and I asked you a question about how you handled the transition from NC State to Wisconsin. What was it that you did when you first got to Wisconsin in terms of talking to the team and trying to take over with the leadership skills?
Well, I got there July 1st. Pretty much everybody was away on, 4th of July weekend. I called a players-only meeting on July 7th and just brought all the guys together. I told them about my life. I told them about my situation from going to NC State and why I wanted to go to Wisconsin and how I was there to compete and how I was there to win. And I think the guys really fed off to that. They really understood that I was there to do everything I could to be the best player that I could be and just to help our team win. And I think the main thing is just trying to be a good locker room guy, being positive all the time and just making sure I'm doing the right thing and being very, very consistent with great attention to detail.
Russell, it's Mel Kiper. We talked on the radio last week, Russell, about all the things that are going to make you a potential starter in the NFL. And the one thing that is limiting, and there's nothing you can do about it, you've had to work through that, is the height factor. You addressed it. You talk openly about it. You know what the limitations are. You know what the NFL you're going to have to deal with there. Yeah, what do you say to the doubters, the skeptics that say, hey, anybody under 6 feet cannot be a starting quarterback in the NFL?
Well, I think the main thing, this has been my perspective my whole entire life. My height doesn't define my skill set. I believe I have all the skills, and I believe that you have to work at it every day. I know that I'm 5'11", but I have to play tall in the pocket. I have to make, accurate throws. I have to deliver the ball on time with arc and pace and just play great football, be great on third down, be great in the red zone, and do all the things that I can possibly do. But one thing that I can't control is my work ethic. I can also control, my knowledge of the game. How I study and how I get into the film room and just how I try to just learn as much as I possibly can to give me that much more of an advantage.
Anybody that loves football, Russell, loves being a mutter. So you're going to have a little rain and wet stuff up in Seattle. Is that even, I'm playing with you now, but how good a mutter can you be?
I'll be all right, mutter. I got big hands, long arms, so I think that'll definitely help me a lot in terms of playing in the rain. Seattle's a great place with unbelievable fans. I'm so fired up to be a Seattle Seahawk, and I can't wait.
Well, they are too. Congratulations, and thanks for sharing this whole experience with us. A lot of folks wouldn't do what you did. Enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, and welcome to the NFL.
Thank you guys so much, and I can't wait to play.
Thank you, Russell. Now I can see why at the Gruden camp and why with you, Todd, and with you, Mel, and why at Wisconsin and why at NC State. I mean, wait till he gets to Seattle. Wait till he hears how loud that crowd could be in Seattle.
City versus United, 2:30 Monday on ESPN and ESPN3.
They say expectations are heavy. The spotlight, they say it weighs a ton. And that pressure weighs even more. They say the weight of it all can break you. It's heavy, crazy heavy. They say I have no idea what something that heavy can do. I say they have no idea what light can do.
The Adidas Adizero Sonic, only at Dick's Sporting Goods.
If you've ever used a smartphone, you were a beta tester. Like this guy.
When I take out my smartphone, and it's exactly the same as everyone else's, I'm expressing myself as an individual.
I have that phone! Oh, excuse me.
What a coincidence. You showed us there's no reason all smartphones need to look alike, so we made the beautifully different Nokia Lumia 900 look like this. The smartphone beta test is over.
Checking in.
Your name, please.
Michael Jordan. Oh. Michael Jordan, 8 o'clock?
Oh.
That's me.
Oh.
Oh. Man.
Really? Let's go.
Excessive perspiration can sure spoil a good time. But you know what doctors recommend most? Certain Dry. #1, doctor recommended. Stops excessive perspiration for 72 hours. Take the doctor's advice. Certain Dry. It's #1.
Suffering from allergy congestion? Allegra D decongests. Allegra D depressurizes so you can breathe. A fast, non-drowsy antihistamine plus a powerful decongestant for 24 hours of congestion-free breathing. Allegra D, defense against allergy congestion.
Announcing Concrete Hero, the ultimate urban obstacle challenge benefiting AIDS Project Los Angeles. Leap cars in Carmageddon, scale the Mock Hollywood sign, swing over the tar pits. It's going to be fun, it's going to be tough. But it's not just for extreme athletes. This event is for anyone who likes a challenge for a great cause. Try the 5K competitive course or the 2.5K fun run. Be concrete in what you stand for. Sign up today at concretehero.org or 323-462-HERO. concretehero.org.
Welcome back, everybody, to New York. All right, Mel, the quarterback board. Russell Wilson has gone. Osweiler's gone earlier tonight to Denver. Now who?
Now you have Nick Foles, strong-arm quarterback, pocket guy, not real mobile, puts a lot of pressure on that offensive line. Kirk Cousins, articulate, smart, and tangible guy, great leader. John Gruden's raved about him throughout the quarterback camp and thereafter. And, of course, guys, late rounders from Kinney, Coleman, and Harnish on down.
Now it's time for our GMC Never Say Never moment. And it involves one of those quarterbacks who shocked Kirk Cousins, 2 amazing comebacks in 2011. Versus #6 Wisconsin in October, a Hail Mary touchdown. You talked about this, Coach, to Keith Nickel. Michigan State beat Wisconsin and Russell Wilson 37-31 in miraculous fashion. The other, the Outback Bowl against #16 Georgia. Fourth quarter comeback, Cousin leads the game to tied. 14 seconds to go in the third overtime. After all of Cousins' work, Dan Conroy kicks a 28-yard field goal. Michigan State up 3, and then the Spartans block Georgia's field goal, so they win the game 33-30. He's a winner, a 2-time captain. So, guys, let's talk about Kirk Cousins. We've seen Wilson go from the very same league. What about Cousins? We can go around the horn, Coach.
I like Cousins for a lot of the things he just said. I like what Michigan State has done there under D'Antonio, the head coach. And it all starts with their quarterback. He's a great leader. He's an excellent passer. And he does a lot at Michigan State. They play under the center. They play in the shotgun. They give him the freedom to use hand signals and audible. He's far along mentally. And he has better than average athleticism. I think he's got a real good future. There's a lot of teams in this league that don't have Kirk Cousins as a backup and future developmental project. If the right team gets him in a couple years, they'll be happy they did.
I look at him, and I hear a lot about the arm strength. I don't see it being a problem. People say he has marginal arm strength. I think his arm strength is good enough. If his timing's on, then he can make throws down the field. I also think that he's accurate as a passer. He can get better with his projection and down the field throwing the ball consistently, but I think overall he's good there. The only real issue I have with him is when the initial play breaks down, does he feel the pocket collapsing around him, and does he create? Does he make proper things happen after? That's the one issue and the one area I think he needs to work on.
The red zone. I mean, John talked about how articulate, how smart he is. In the red zone, he did struggle. 49.2% in the red zone, some interceptions. He had pretty good talent around him. B.J. Cunningham, think about Keyshawn Martin at wide receiver, Keith Nickel, the former quarterback, a lot of tight ends that could get down the field and make some plays, good running game. I think you look at Kirk Cousins, certainly has a chance. He'll get an opportunity to be a starting quarterback. Ranked teams, he struggled a little bit there, but the red zone really bothered me, and I think that's the concern moving forward. I would say overall average tools, is that fair? I think starting potential, but here we are in the third round. We thought he'd be off the board somewhere in round 3. We'll see. It's not over yet.
All right, now wait a minute. He'll go. Foles throws a good deep ball. Let me ask you guys, so what's the most important trait to have as a quarterback? One word. What is it? What is it, Coach? What do you think?
Word.
Win?
Win.
How about win?
Win.
Yeah, well, how about win? There's a guy at Boise State. I don't care. He's too little. Hey, towers over Russell Wilson. Kelly